y'all doing tonight? Ready for a little RUBBIN'S racing. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in your engines. Wait, that's not right. Strap on your seatbelts. For NASCAR, this isn't NASCAR either. This, you know, none of that worked. None of it worked. How's it going, everybody? A couple changes around here. You might notice that we are in fancy 16:9 aspect ratio. That's what they're all doing these days, so I thought we might start doing it too. It's a little easier on the CPU as well, so maybe we won't have like crazy amounts of stuttering and a bunch of drop frames. I think it's all pretty good. Also, cans. Cans are nice. And this might actually be the last stream from this basement. We're actually getting a house soon. And, well, when I say I'm getting a house soon, me and Katie are getting a house, and I plan on commandeering a large section of it for gaming, obviously, as one does. So I think we need some lights up in here, since this is the last time and all. Oh yeah, we got some mood up in here now. How about... Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I can get behind that. Oh, now we got it. Now we got it. I actually got these lights before I even, like, thought about streaming. It was just a thing that I did because 12-year-old me was like, the whole basement can be pink? Of course I'm gonna do that. Why wouldn't I? How's everybody doing tonight? We're gonna jump right into a little Forza Horizon Cinco, if I remember my high school Spanish correctly. Means we're gonna drop the music down low. Maybe something like that. Katie, you'll have to tell me. I bet you're in here. You'll have to tell me how the radio sounds, the music in the background, because I can't hear a darn tootin' thing out of these Sony headphones. Stream is not sponsored by Sony at all. It's also not sponsored by Yum Earth, makers of Giggles. Also, they make licorice. If you fancy a little munchies while you're playing, this is the way to go. What's new in the Chattoverse tonight? What's new with you guys? I got nothing. I did figure out how to turn my laptop to max fans manually. So now we're at a nice 64 Celsius, which is about 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit, as opposed to the usual 9,000 Fahrenheit that we're usually at. I expect this to be smoother, and most importantly, it's in the right aspect ratio. So you can actually see what's going on around here. Without further ado, let's hop into the beautiful world of Forza. Oh! Oh god. I was not almost killed by licorice. That near-death experience was completely unrelated to the Yum Earth licorice that I just mentioned moments ago. I've also put batteries in my controller, which is a thing that apparently you do sometimes. This game, I don't know if y'all actually play this game, but if you do, if you play it on Xbox One controller, dude, I can't get a day out of batteries. Like, I'll play for like 3 hours or whatever, whole set of batteries is gone, because it just vibrates the entire time. The whole time you're driving, it vibrates. Gear shifts vibrate. It's nuts. It's crazy. I did say something in the last stream as well. I said it was sacrilegious to paint a TVR. But I'm excited to show you my TVR, which I painted myself just last night. Look at that beaut. Got a little mud on the tires, as you do. The pink to purple fade. It's actually been downloaded 16 times, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm not really like a livery maker. I don't really get into all that. That's like a nice color, you know, something that stands out. And this TVR I mean, TVR is known for their pearlescent colors, and I think this one fits right in. It could sell as an original TVR color. I think it looks nice. Got a little corn stuffed in the splitter there, because it's harvest season. So we've been out here harvesting with the TVR. I think that's what you're supposed to do, right? Just help out Farmer John a little bit here. You know, if you've seen Clarkson's farm, you know how hard it is. You know, sometimes you just can't get out there to do the crops. So you just hire some guy with the TVR to come over and just mow them all down. Just lay them over, you know? It's better than nothing. What's this? I think Katie told me this was aloe. Well, now it's no mow. I did a little racing, but I was disappointed to find out. I don't know if you guys might not know this. Apparently, there's no competitive racing in this game. You know, like in the last game, you could competitively race, right? And so you had Grandmasters were like the highest rank. And then you had like 24 ranks or something like that below Grandmaster. The highest I ever got was like rank 3. Maybe it was 4. I think I was knocking on the door of 3 is what it was. And 69! Oh, that's a sign from the heavens that we are in the right place. But I was disappointed to find out that they don't actually have ranked racing in this game, like at all. It would have been one thing if they had kind of revamped it a little bit, but like, no ranks whatsoever. I don't know, it's a little disappointing. I was kind of looking forward to testing my chops against some of the best players. But for right now, anyway, we can't do that. What we can do is drifty drift through La Ciudad. That. Oh, that's a hard turn. And a tunnel. And a wall. What on earth? I find this fascinating because the only city I've ever been to that has tunnels under buildings like that is San Francisco. I've never actually been to a city where like there's just a ton of tunnels running around the city. You know, you can hear the hooning sound of a TVR in the middle of the night. Didn't make it to the wheel spin in time. Let's see what we get. Oh, I'll take that. That's alright. I'll take that. Oh, I need to do something real quick on my situation here. First off, that's just crazy. We need to bring that out a little bit. There's me. I'm in the thing. Now I'm going to disable my preview. And suddenly I'm going to get a whole bunch more FPS. Whoop. Alright, alright. Welcome to 71 FPS, ladies and... Well, you're probably seeing 60, aren't you? Welcome to 60 FPS. Also, you'll have to let me know if you can hear the fans from the laptop, because I got this thing cranked up to, like, Mach 1. Like, gale force winds, typhoon. The thing is rushing. That's why I have the headphones on, actually, because I wouldn't be able to hear myself think. It's so loud. It is effective, though. Because the laptop is not boiling at this point, which is nice. What should we do? What on earth is this? Does it say... Oh, it's a horizon arc. There's an arcade and an eliminator at the same place. What's this? Recommended accolade. Win the Goliath. Okay. I feel like we could handily do that. Let's see if we can get there by way of a Horizon Open race. Shit. I didn't need that bike anyway. I need a car. I need a TVR. Abe! We meet again. Good to see you, my friend. I don't know how long this stream's gonna be, but we're here now. S1900, you say? I only actually have one car built right now, and it's the Cigars. Cigars? Cigars. Don't mind if we do. Gotta go in a bit. Just thought I'd stop by. Love the cigars. Thank you. I love this car, man. I've never... Being in the U.S., they don't have them in the U.S. But I think it looks really cool. And honestly, I think it's really futuristic looking. Even now, it could pass as a new car. It's good to see you, though. Hopefully I'll be streaming more and more soon. And, yeah, you're always free to hang out and watch me wreck into things. A lot. Clarkson's I don't know if I've seen Clarkson's, I remember one TVR review that Clarkson did where he was basically just saying, like, this is unmanageable. Like, it's almost impossible to drive. It's so crazy. I know, right? The way the pipes come out the side. Whoever thought of that? That's nuts. It just looks ridiculous. And actually, I misspoke. I found out last night that they actually brought, I think it was 10 of them, to the U.S. But they brought them as kit cars, so you had to put the whole thing together yourself. You had to provide the engine, the transmission, and you had to put all the... But the price was like 50,000 US dollars, or just over it. And I thought that was, like, ridiculously cheap for what you're getting. Obviously, got to buy the engine and transmission, too. But, that's not a lot of money for something that... It's certainly money I don't have. Don't get me wrong. But, like, seems like a lot of car for 50 grand. The side pipe. Dude, it's a shame cars don't have side pipes anymore. I guess the Viper would have been the last thing that did. I don't think cars in India have side pipes. Or anywhere else in the world. Oh man. This is a complete death trap. No ABS, or EBD, or traction control, or airbags. Holy cow. Yeesh. Oh man, you gotta know what you're doing. Take no prisoners. Everybody always talks about analog sports cars. That would be what this is then, for sure. About as analog as you get. There can't have been many cars built as recently. This is like 2005. No airbags, no traction control, no nothing. I feel like there can't have been much newer cars than that aren't like a kit car, you know. Our old Mahindra Jeep had one tailpipe located very similar to this. Hey, there you go. Mahindra Tar, was it? I guess Mahindra built Jeeps in World War II. Me too, man. I was so sad. It's just an icon. And with Dodge building so many production cars, like, obviously they build Hellcat everything. You know, you can get a Hellcat SUV, for God's sake. But they stopped making the Viper. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me. And they stopped building it at a time when the ACR was either the record holder or very close at the Nürburgring. I mean, it was very competitive. And they built it, they stopped building it, you know, on a high note. Which I guess is one thing, but it just seems like a lot of people would have bought a new Viper. Maybe they didn't. Wow. And a 2015. AMG GTR, Ford GT. Let's see what we can do. Oh my god. Somebody's playing the error message. I was like, what is my laptop doing? It's blowing up. That will never not, like, scar me when I hear that noise. That one right there. Oh shit. What is a mini-map? Ah! Professional racer here. What? What is a mini-map? Alright, this is now a first to last challenge. First to last to first challenge. I did not miss a checkpoint, thank you. RUBBIN'S RACIN. It's right there in the title. Oh shit. Rubbin is racing. Look at this guy. I must not have been in dead last when I went off the side. I thought I was. I'm still getting used to driving with no driving line, too. This is like my third race with no driving line. Ever. Like, even in Horizon 4, I use the driving line. Which is a bad habit, which is why I'm trying to get out of it. Shit. You missed one? Up into 6th place. Comfortably 6th place. If I had any idea where I was going, I could brake later. Got the old switchback out. Oh, make the bridge. Alright, good. I wonder if I could blow the mini-map up to like 500% size and just like make it the whole screen. Just overlay the screen with the map. And he keeps falling for it. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Says, yeah, the ACR beat the P1 around Laguna Seca. Wow. The P1. Holy shit. Wow. Beat the P1, really? That's wild. Sorry about that. I believe it, though. I mean, those ACRs and even just the base Viper was nuts. Alright, what do we got? S1 again. Dirt? Mixed surface. In my experience, mixed surface is actually just pavement with a little dust thrown in for good measure. I've got I don't know if I dare do all-wheel drive, or front-wheel, rear-wheel drive just yet, because I'm not quite to that point. And the mono is just, it kind of disappointed me, actually. I was looking forward to it being, like, the killer car. For me, the Cigaris, man, just handles right. I've seen a couple ACRs. There used to be a guy in a small town out here that dealt in Viper parts. And the story was that he ripped a bunch of people off and got put out of business. So, I got to see one of the ACRs he had in the shop, though. It was pretty cool. Oh, man. Car news. News regarding cars. Do I have any? I guess I have a little. Let me pull up a photo. Just wheezing over here. This is my 1979 Triumph Spitfire, 78 Triumph Spitfire. And there's been a little progress on it where we're doing the front suspension. So I've got the whole tie rods, ball joints apart. Got the wheels all off. I've got the brake master cylinder taken off right now. And we're going to do a full brake flush. When we replace the master cylinder, we're going to flush all the fluid in the brakes, readjust the drums, and then we'll put the new tie rods, ball joints on, realign everything, put the whole thing back together, and it should be done just in time for it to be really cold outside. So, because that top is... The top on a Spitfire is basically a formality. It's just kind of there to keep the rain off you. It's not really going to, you know, keep you warm or anything like that. Why do we only have 5 of us? Bone Shaker? Well, we might lose. Last game, Horizon 4, that was a killer in A-Class. I'm going to try to watch the mini-map this time, guys, and just not totally tank my chances right off the bat. Oh, shit. I say as I just mortally wound myself. See, what I don't like is I get a 5-second penalty for doing that, but people will, like, legitimately wall ride, and I've seen them just keep going and they don't get a penalty. Shit. Oh, come on, mate. I'm getting upset with a guy for spinning out. Yeah, this might not be the car for dirt. It doesn't really want to respond. Nope. RUBBIN'S RACIN. Oh, there's only 4 of us now. Bone Shakers are handily walking away with it. Heck, that's a really weird situation there. Like, that corner spits you out at the wrong place. Like, it's not the wrong place. Unexpected. That was not the way to apex that corner at all. Yeah, dirt tires would definitely help. I'm just spinning my wheels, basically. The whole time. Oh look, I'm in third place, but there's only... Oh, the other guy's way over there. Holy cow. Wow. We might be about to retire. That's better. That's a better corner there. Need to brake harder than that. I refuse to get a DNF. Can't happen. It will happen. We will get a DNF. Well, chat. That didn't work. I need an S1 dirt car. I don't know if I can watch it on stream. I only say that I'm not too comfortable doing that because I'm not really sure what the rules are on streaming another video or whatnot, especially when it's copyrighted content. I just don't know enough about that. I would hate to get like a strike or something. Which is weird because I know people do it. Like, Critical watches other people's videos all the time. So, I don't know. I will watch it later, though. Because I want to see this thing in action. Yeah, we're just not in the right car for that. See, that was an actual error message, and not somebody's horn. Seeing this thing on streets is like nuts. Like, seeing that it's a real car is absolutely insane. Noble M600. Yes! If I remember right, that was one of the super fast cars in 4. I think I've seen a Noble M600 at the St. Louis, Missouri European Auto Show. And I was really surprised, you know, because I don't think it's old enough to be here under the 25-year rule. It must have been on show and display. But it's nuts. It's bonkers, as they say. Can you imagine, like, just like having, you know, modern cars, you can mess up, you know, and it's okay. It'll catch you. And it's designed to help you get faster and keep you safe in the process. But, like, can you imagine driving that and, like, oh shit, I accidentally put my toe in it a little too much, or I hit a leaf at the wrong time or something, and just like I'm dead. Like, I'm off the road. Like, I can't imagine just having that in the back of your mind all the time. On a track, it'd be one thing, but I don't know if I could do that on the road. Even like a wide open, obviously if there's any population around, no, but like, you know, even on a wide open space that you got to yourself, it'd just be, you got the devil on your shoulder, as they say. Yeah, oh, there is the Wang. We didn't need it. Can I do a 360? No. Did I? Holy shit. Did I just... Oh, no, because I have to get that checkpoint again. I was like, I just skipped like 100 checkpoints. Look, I'm winning. Alright, we better retire from this. Until we get a dirt car. Nice fail. I'll get used to it. This stream's gonna have a lot of... Wow. Man gracefully retires from racing. Where are we compared to where we're... Oh my god. We're supposed to be over here, right, for the Goliath? Here. And we are, and there's no getting around this, as far as you can get. We'll queue up another one, see what we get.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I need to start building more cars.
Turn left.
Welcome to racing. AR-12 gaming. I do crash quite a bit. I could tell you that I'm great off stream, and that I never crash, but that's also not true. I've heard that name before, but I've never watched his channel. I don't watch a lot of people, actually. I probably should. I watch Jimmy Broadbent, Super GT, Thea Musante, I think I'm saying that correctly. What's his name that does the retro reviews? Like the retro gaming reviews, can't remember his name. That's more like it. See, that's just a circle. None of this cornering nonsense. We just got these here round tracks. That's all we need. RUBBIN'S racing and a bunch of right-hand turns. Should have brought out the NASCAR for this one. That's a bit sharp for NASCAR. Ah! Alright, we're good. Rubbin' boy! I played myself. I played myself. Hey, whoa! Fly away, Skyline. That flag got erect faster than... Nope, I can't go there. I already went there, so, well, you fill in the rest yourself. This is largely a learning experience, because like I say, I'm so new to like having to read the mini-map. And I'm also new to the fact that if I even so much as touch the wall, I get a 5-second penalty. So, it's a lot to deal with. Those are my excuses. I'm sure I have more excuses. But those are the ones that come to mind right now. That's too late to brake for that. Also, let me try this. I know nobody streams in this view for some reason, but honestly, I like it better. Oh god, need to look at the map. I feel like I'm 1 inch off the ground. break even more. Ah, too much on that one. Don't think I hit that one at all. No, I didn't. Well, that's the race. I don't like not using the driving line. It's very frustrating. It's super frustrating. I don't have time to, like, manage, you know, memorizing a course when I only get to play it for 3 laps. Abe, good to see you, man. Take care. Always welcome, friend. It was good to see you. That reminds me, where's Katie? Look at that guy's sombrero, dude. That is awesome. We're gonna need a sombrero. Yeah, you know, for you don't want the skin cancer, you know? Like, I'm a big fan of hats. You don't want the sun on you. Keep that thing away. Do I have any other news? I do have some news. This is my 2009 Yamaha R6. I don't know if you're into sport bikes, anybody, but this is a 600cc sport bike made by Yamaha in 2009. Wow, I have an incredible way with words. Pretty good bike, but it has 30,000 miles, which isn't the end of the world. But with this bike, if you don't keep up on the valve clearance checks and stuff like that, you know, your fluid flushes, that sort of thing, it can be problematic. You know, you don't want the last thing you want to do is let the valves collapse on a bike like this, and suddenly you've got yourself a problem. So I've got the tank off, I've got the fuel injection system off, everything down to the valve cover, and then the valve cover itself is also off, and we're going to be replacing the valve shims. Hopefully the valves themselves are not worn down too much, but we're going to start by replacing the shims. And I phrased all that like it happened a week ago, but actually if I go to the properties of this photo, I can see that it was taken February 26, 2021. So, almost, no, 2020, sorry. 2020. May 28, 2020. I don't know how to read properties. May 28, 2020. So we are about a year and a half into this bike. Man. There's no bueno. When I was growing up, I used to meet these old guys who would be like, you know, they've got a Chevelle in the garage or something, and they've been working on it for like, you know, 30 years. And I'm like, well, why don't you just get it done, you know? Like, when I was younger, obviously, it was a lot easier to make time for stuff like that. But now that I'm elderly, not really, now that I'm older, makes a lot more sense. I'm like, oh crap, I've been working on that motorcycle for a freaking year and a half now. That's nuts. Not good. Resist age as much as you possibly can. I recommend eating giggles to keep yourself young and virile. And playing a lot of video games in a dark room at night. What happened to that guy? See, I like driving in the bumper cam better, but I can see more in this view as I get punted through the corner. I can see more of what's coming up on the track in this view. Made it through without really hitting the wall. Good. He got ghosted, the guy in first place. Oh shit, that's me. I'm ghosted. Let me get out of there before I died, though. That was nice. Holy Christ, that was a corner. This circuit would be way better in, like, B or A, even, like, C class. Like this. What was that? Why did the road just, like, throw me into the wall? God, this race would be way better in, like, in a much slower car. It's just so much power. And, oh, God. Oh, my. What have you done? I ask myself on a regular basis that same question. We might just be finding out that the TVR, while well balanced, first of all, it needs a skilled driver, which I ain't. Dude, if I get a penalty for you hitting me into the wall... Alright, good. It needs a skilled driver, which right now I'm certainly not. But also, I think it's being outperformed here, because these guys don't seem to be having much trouble keeping the car, you know, where it's supposed to be, as I am. I wish I could learn to control that. I would just ghost through people all the time. Oh, thank you, dickhead. Thank you. Fantastic. Good to know that nothing's changed since Horizon 4. Oh my god. Put in My Place by Spelt Cobra 5 in a Porsche Carrera. Wow. Yeah, I might have to turn. I might have to turn the lines back on, because I just have no idea where the hell I'm going. Like, I've never driven any of these roads, except for in races. God, it's a beautiful car, isn't it? Man. Nissan R390. Yeah, I'm up against some big names here. Zonda C, R390. And the Cigaras. Let's see what we can do. Diablo sitting this one out. Super sitting this one out. Well, we're keeping a little more balance this time. A lot more balance this time, alright. Yeah, that's quite the corner there. I can see why people miss that one. Oh, it's laps. Alright, 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 alright. We can actually get used to the circuit a little bit, that's nice. Nice. Attempted block. Failed. I've noticed that if you just slow down a little bit, as opposed to just ramming into the wall, you won't get slowed down. And it's worth it to slow down a little bit, as opposed to getting just rammed into the wall. Well, like right there, I had to brake so that that guy didn't, you know, punt me into the wall, because I would have been the one to get the wall penalty. Man gets picky about Forza Horizon. Man treats Forza Horizon like iRacing. I know, it's supposed to be a good time and all that. Which is why I don't understand why they implemented any penalty at all. Like, if it's supposed to be an arcade and you just dick around, then, like, why are you getting penalties for hitting the wall? Pulling on the Koenigsegg, ladies and gentlemen. Punted by the Koenigsegg. Thank you. Oh, did he miss the checkpoint? Woo, boy. RUBBIN'S racing. That's a little more composed. Can't complain about that. Not gonna be enough to clinch the win, but we've at least learned a little car control here. If only a little. Thank you very much. Yeah, but which Porsche Carrera? What year? Oh, also on the note of the, here's what the pump strainer looked like on the Yamaha. Change your fuel filters. You don't want it looking like that. That is, there's just a whole bunch of crap, and actually what's happened here is that the filter itself has started to deteriorate because of contact with the bottom of the tank. So over time, just the tank vibrating and the engine running is going to cause this thing to wear out. A lot of people think, oh, I just, have a lot of miles on the bike or anything. It's not a problem. But that also is a problem. Even if you don't ride the bike, you're going to get that sediment build up. Oh, going to be a lot of RUBBIN'S racing in this one, I can tell you that. The Colossus, TVR cigars, no traction control, no driving line. Well, let's get ready to wreck. My second time ever doing the Colossus, too, so, I have no idea where the hell I'm going. I think it's nice to just go about life in that, let's just send it and see what happens. That guy's lagging like crazy. Thank you, Captain Latency. Oh, Christ. That's a slowdown. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. There it is. Good God. It won't matter. They'll all hit the next wall anyway. And I will, too. That was the wrong way, guys. You gotta push back sometimes. RUBBIN'S racing. Man, he really outbraked me there. That R390 might be a nice, nice car to have for this class. Oh, shit. Come on, it was not that big of a deal. Ah! Go! Oh, my God. These 5-second penalties. And it's not, like, balanced, because, like, I can do that and get no penalty whatsoever. And I did basically the exact same thing and got a 5-second penalty. Meanwhile, everybody else bounces off each other, you know, and each wall, and nothing happens. It ain't right. Get sent, son. If we just finish this race without completely going off the track, I'll be happy. Or doing that. No penalty. Why is that a penalty now? See, what's the difference? What is the difference? Woo, baby. Keeping this thing composed, as I'm sure it is in real life, is very important, because if I, you know, transfer the weight too fast, it'll slide, and all the four wheels will just go sliding and I have no control. And I either have to initiate a drift, or I basically have to just hit the wall. So, trying to remember the golden rules, you know, stuff like, you know, accelerate, brake, and turn, and, you know, choose one. Keeping it very basic with a car like this, I think is very important. Oh, that was too hot. 3, 4. Come on, man. What? What was that? How come I'm losing so many frames in this video, this one as well? Oh, it's because I left my preview up. I'm looking at my other monitor right now and I got my preview up. That's why I'm losing so many frames. Well, next time I wreck, I'll turn my preview off. It'll probably be in a couple seconds. They're not that far up. I mean, they make a couple mistakes. We could potentially start catching people. As long as I don't make any mistakes. See, what the hell? What are you talking about? How is that a penalty? What? Like, if you've already been inconvenienced by the situation, right? If you're hitting the wall as a result of a mistake, and you've already lost 1, maybe 2 solid seconds because you've lost your momentum, it's like, oh, actually you should lose 5 more seconds. Like, come on, man. Penalize people who wall ride, sure, I get that. Like, if you're bouncing off walls and skimming off of them and you're keeping a lot of your speed, that's one thing, but if you hit the wall and you lose 80% of your speed and then it goes, actually you deserve 5 seconds worth of penalty. that just creates a really stiff learning curve for people who suck like me. We're about within firing distance. I'm gonna keep my composure and wait. Getting better through here. It's like once it slides, there's no getting it back either. You just have to completely let off everything and let it, like, recuperate. Oh, are you fucking joking? See, how is that a slowdown? I ran headlong into a wall! Like, I'm already 5 seconds behind where I would have been. And you're gonna slow me down? Oh my god. Unbelievable. Hi, I see you've already, like, lost the race. Let's go ahead and just get you completely out of the race at this point. Also, where did that wall come from? That shit just grew out of the ground as soon as I got there. I also can't wait to start trying out the wheel, because I haven't set it up because we're about to move, so I haven't really had time to, like, actually, like, I haven't tried this game with the wheel at all. And that was one of my favorite things in 4, was just drive around with the wheel. See, that should have penalized me, because I used the wall, and I skimmed off of it, and I kept my momentum. But instead, absolutely nothing. I'm in the grass. No penalty for driving off the course. It's amazing how choppy this is right now, too. So many excuses. The thesaurus of excuses is wide open. As YouTuber well, amateur streamer blames everything, including the sun, moon, earth, and the game itself, for the fact that he hit a wall. No, I definitely know I need improvement. And that's why I'm doing this, you know. I turned off driving line and I hopped in online. Just to give myself, like, you know, a place to learn and grow and try to figure out how to judge corners without having a line tell me when to brake. I gotta say, I would have been hitting every wall this whole time. So I'm already improving, but it's like, it's just a whole different ballgame than trying to read the line, you know? You read the line versus reading the road. The trouble with reading the line is the line doesn't change all that much based on what car you're in, so half the time it tells you to brake and you don't really need to. And obviously, pro gamers don't use the line, so, into 7th at 199, let's go. The other thing I started doing in Horizon 4 was walking the throttle and the brake at the same time. You know, going into a corner like that where you're not really sure where it's going to open up or not. Just kind of being on both at the same time just a little bit. So here we go, that's braking. Oh, that was perfect. Perfect. Alright, we just do that every time, we'll be good. Shit. Also, just remembering when you can downshift instead of braking is nice. If you can downshift the car without upsetting it, that's a lot better than braking, because you're just not shaving off as much momentum. I gotta say, it's frustrating, though. It is frustrating to try to learn to do this without a line, because, I don't know, I feel like I wouldn't be hitting these walls. Of course, I wouldn't be hitting them either if I had automatic steering on, so, you know, I guess you can handicap yourself, you know, to an extent. And I don't have a problem with people who do. I mean, I obviously only stopped doing it yesterday. I don't think it's one of these things where, like, is that snow? No, it's the desert, isn't it? I don't think it makes you, like, a worse player or anything to... Oh, God. Yes, I hit the wall. Come on. Oh, my Christ. I don't think it makes you a worse gamer or anything to use a driving line. Because you're here to have fun, you know? And this is not fun, personally. This is very frustrating. To hit every wall in town. And come in 9th place. You know what we're going to do, chat? We are going to turn the driving line back on. Because I ain't playing this game to get tortured. Man. That was extremely frustrating. Ah. It's just like if they penalize something that actually matters, it would be fine. But what they're doing is penalizing you for running headlong into walls and accidentally bouncing off of them. They're not penalizing people who pit you into the wall, or who you know, in that last race who just literally put me straight into the wall so I would lose. That doesn't get a penalty at all. So why give any penalties? Why have any penalties whatsoever if you allow that stuff? We got one more race. Can I go from second place to holy shit? How does that go so fast? How'd he manage to miss the first checkpoint? What a... what a power move. He's like, look how fast I am. I'm not even going to race this race. What a complete Chad power move that was right there. I got the penalty for that. I got the penalty for that. I obviously got a penalty for that because, you know, clearly I was trying to cheat. Man rage quits in the middle of a game. Look at that, no penalty whatsoever for hitting the wall. He didn't get a single penalty for that. Meanwhile, my punishment was 9 years off my life. It's even harder with the frame rate the way it is. It's not consistent. It's lurchy. Oh, we still got some things to sort out about the stream. Technology-wise, like the fact that I'm dropping frames right now. But hopefully the audio sounds good. Hopefully the lighting is okay. I know seeing my face isn't... Oh, God. Obviously, please penalize me for that. I was doing cheating. I was doing cheating. Thank God this is over. Hey, am I going to get DNF this time at least? We are not DNFing, chat. Unreal. Oh boy. Hopefully the audio is good. Hopefully the lighting is good. Hopefully the format is good. Like actually being in 16:9 I feel like is nice. Yep. So I think the car gets the Nissan R390. Because that guy was... I mean, he was driving really well. And he was making headway. I think we should get an R390 and tune it to S1. I'll buy one with 45,000 credits. No, not in the least. S2 Baja? What do you even use? Or S2 cross country. What do you even use in S2 cross country racing? I have no idea. I will be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom. And look up 10 ways how to drive a car. Number 10 will shock you. Chad, I looked up 10 ways to drive a car, and you won't believe what number 10 was. It was wreck into a bunch of stuff. I knew I was doing something right. Oh, that guy just nailed that board.
¿Qué onda, amigo? I was talking to someone who found a classic car in a granero somewhere in this area. Would you be interested in restoring a pickup truck?
You darn tootin' I would. God dang. I don't come from Missouri for nothing. Let's go and get ourselves a truck.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
You ever drive a Ford? You ever... I can't think of a single appropriate thing to say, so my first grade teacher told me to just shut the F up if I ever couldn't think of anything appropriate to say. She actually didn't say F, she said fuck. No, she didn't say any of that. Who was my first grade teacher? I feel like that's a question you get if you're like, if people are trying to make sure you're not an android, you know? Like, tell me about first grade, and I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't there. Like, you're a robot!
Turn sharp right.
Get him, he's a robot!
Turn sharp right.
Now, the other day on stream, I famously overlooked a treasure chest, which was, and there's no other way of saying this, right in front of my face. But I think one of these over here must be the barn. Was that a building? Is it? No, that was not. That would be a fence. How about this? This is a barn.
You have arrived at your destination.
She even said I arrived. Obviously that was it. Was that it over there on that road? Like over here. I think that's it over there. It's just that, you know, using brakes, like, I don't have ABS off, yet when I hit the brakes they all lock up. That is confusing. Confuses my sensibilities. Can we fit? Yes. Alright. Give me your bonfire. That one's a building. E36, baby. Oh, Peugeot 205 Rally. I'll take that. That'll be a fun one. 200,000 smackers. On that note, we should drive something else. Man drives one car for the entirety of a live stream. The DeLorean. Painted by my friend Trey. Go check out his designs at Maddox1993. MADDOX 1993. That's not how you do it, is it? You have to give a share code. I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. Today I went to put my socks on, I put them on my hands. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea. Where is the barn? Where might we find the barn? Is that it? This is the same place I was. Ah, it's the same place. No. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna mow down all your. Whoa! Wait a second. You see that? These aren't. These are sprites. You see how when I turn, they're all following me. These are sprites. I haven't seen a sprite since like 1987. That's incredible. This beautiful field of sprites. Just ripe for the mowing. I'm gonna mow them down. Feels like that scene in what's it called? That one movie with Simon Pegg. The World's End. It feels like The World's End, that scene where everybody's staring at them. That's what this feels like. They're all staring at me. No matter where I look, they're all looking me right in the eye and going, ah, you. That guy. Make a move, friend. Where's the barn? You want to show me the barn? Oh, he disappeared. Nope, here he is. Where's the barn? Chat, where's the barn? What about that guy? Was he on to something? Oh, you know, I see what's I know what happened here. It's a rookie mistake, right? I'm time traveling. I'm in the DeLorean. That obviously means I'm driving around in this area before there were buildings there. So what we need to do is change cars so that we're not in the past, we're actually in the present. That makes sense. What have we got to explore the landscape with? Nothing. Not what's that? That's a Baja. The Peugeot Rally. D-Class 462. I love, that's one of the great fonts of all time right there. That font, 205 Rally. This looks like the car version of like a 1980s Macintosh. Like, just the way the font is, the way everything is curved. Like those badges being curved like that. Very nice. The way this reminds me a lot of a rabbit, of course. But this does not. The rabbit was a lot more squared off. This is something different entirely. What a time to have been alive, you know? I didn't get to see it personally, but to be alive during all these hot hatches of the 80s and 90s would have been just... It would have been so cool. What a car. I love the stripes on the grille. Man. I love the clear corners. It just looks right. It just looks... I think it looks really good. Man sits entirely out of frame on his own stream. Realizes it like 90 minutes later. You know, question here, friends of chat. How do I publicize these streams? Because, like, I feel like every time I get in Jimmy Broadbent's stream or something like that, they're like, you should do more Forza streaming. And he's like, maybe. And I feel like not a lot of people are streaming this game. So it's like, maybe they would enjoy my stream. How do I get the word out? I have no idea. Man looks for barn find for 1,800 years. Finds nothing. Wouldn't that be funny if, like, it was possible for it to just not even be here? Well, better luck next time. You scour the area and there's nothing there. I don't know what accent that was. It was like Columbo meets New York City. What's that? There it is. There it is. Chat. Chat. I found the barn. Only took me 30 seconds. What do we got?
Definitely
Chevy.
a classic camioneta. Ford
No, Ford.
F100. Let's take you back.
My dad had an F100. He had a 53 or a 56. I can't remember. I think it was a 53. But they're very, very similar. 54 and 5, I think, had a little different styling as well.
I haven't worked on one of these since I was 10.
I wonder what year it is. That's pretty cool. I have to check that out. Oh, you know something else we gotta check out. How do you get the barn finds? Where do I go to retrieve them? I have to go back to the festival to get them. There we go. It's a 56. It might have been a 56 my dad had. I'll have to ask him. I can never remember if it's a 53 or a 56.
The first turbocharged car in Europe in the 1970s. 170 horsepower, wide body. Y mira esto. It has turbo written backwards so racers can see it coming in their mirrors.
Oh, yes.
The BMW 2002 Turbo. Available now at a barn find near you.
Chat, I'll show you something fun and interesting. I think it is. Maybe you will too. This is my 2002. I love this thing, man. I wish it was running. I had more to update you what I would, but I got nothing. It's just life has been in the way, which is always the excuse, right? But I just love this car so much. It's such a cool example of one to me, and it's really what started me collecting like patina cars, because this car, by all accounts, should be like restored to the hilt, and the paint buffed to a sheen, and somebody gets a microfiber cloth out every time they want to drive it, and they dust it off. Instead, it's got rust, it's got holes, trim's gone, grill hangs off, you know, and now we've got the roof rack on it and stuff. I just think it's so cool. I think it's really cool to see one in that condition, you know, just in general. And the fact that I get to own one, I'm just so thankful, because it's not a car I would normally be able to afford, you know, on my budget. And I happened to get it for really, really, really too cheap. But it sat on Craigslist for a month and nobody bought it. So it's not like the guy didn't, like... It's not like one of these things where the guy goes, I have no idea what they're worth, give me a few $100. You know, he put it up, it sat for a month on Craigslist, and nobody bought it. And I messaged him with only a couple days left for the ad to expire. And I was like, I'm in love, sir. He's like, with my wife? No, that didn't happen. That was never said. And I was like, no, your car. Dad jokes. Wife bad. Yeah, that's my O2. Do you have any other photos? There it is, in the rain. Here it is in the rain. The door shuts now, I have fixed that. In this photo, the door is hanging and not quite shut. I've fixed that. There you go. When I first got it, it had these seats, and they were just nuts. Like, the whole car was seat. Anytime you drove behind me, you just saw two massive seats, and that's all you could see. There were some eBay seats the guy included with the sale, and he had never put them in the car, so he had no idea that, like, they would be way too big for the interior. I think I used them for, like, 3 years or something like that. No, I used them for... God, it was at least 4 years. Yeah. I put at least... I think I figured out once I put 50,000 miles on this car before it inevitably had engine failure and we had to rebuild the engine. Well, it overheated. I don't know if you call that engine failure. But this setup lasted for a vast majority of the time that I was putting those miles on. I wish I could show you how low it was at one point. Yeah, anyway. I've got other photos somewhere, but... Nonetheless, my question now is, can we build that in Forza? There's a Woody. SpongeBob. Oh, there we go. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. That's along the same lines. Oh, this is how I changed my plate. I was trying to figure this out the other day. There you go. We're done. What? Oh, man. My name is Paul Ness, okay? What am I supposed to do? How can I not put my own name? It isn't. My name is not that. That's pretty cool. Imagine, like, the ultimate patina car would be a 2002 Turbo that was just, like, left in decrepit shape. Considering they regularly sell for well over $100,000. That would just be nuts. I'm sure somebody's got one sitting around, you know, that they're waiting to restore, that maybe looks something like this. And maybe they'd be willing to, Flappy Bird 2. Yep, looks looks the same as mine on the inside, except they had this gauge pod here. This extra gauge pod was on the turbo. I believe it had its own console as well, at least like its console faceplate was different, because usually there'd be a radio and other stuff down there. But you had this boost meter and clock situation going here. And then you had your speedometer, tach, fuel gauge, and temp gauge on the driver's side. And your 4-pot designed for your alternator light, your pressure light, blinkers, and brights. I like the door sound too, that's nice. I believe it had its own shift knob as well, and wheel, that were unique, at least from the factory. I don't think you could get those from the factory on the cars, the 2002s and the TIIs. The houndstooth carpet, I think, was the same. Very cool. What a car. Let's drive it. That looks about the same. Just initiate that slide and it just takes it right with you. The back slips out nicely and the front catches it. It's a really well-balanced car. Even without all the power added to it, so I can only imagine what it would be like in turbo form. In real life. Way past the 6,500 RPM red line. I don't think the M10 actually revved to 8,000 RPM healthily in real life. I know you can. If you get aftermarket cams and springs, you know, valve spring, rocker arms and springs, you know, you really beef up the head, then you can do that. You can go to like an 8,000 RPM redline. But I don't know if it did that stock. I think this might be a little bit of an optimistic take on that. Oh, but we're in the trees. What's this? What's going on here? This guy doing some surveying? Not anymore. Bam. This might be a speed zone I haven't unlocked yet. Maybe that's what's going on. That sounds about right, too. Oh, that sound. I miss it. I gotta get my car going. That'd be so cool. It deserves it too. It's been sitting way too long. Some nice sound. Alright, so it's not over here. We're looking for another barn find. Everybody. Probably on this abandoned road here, if I had to guess. Oh my goodness. We have guessed correctly. Record time. There's the Viper.
No wonder those American collectors wanted this.
Ooh,
It's a
turbs.
Viper. The ACR, I think. Aye, 8-litre V10. But almost impossible to keep the power on the roads. But if you can... Here, give me a hand.
You know what?
I'll give you a call when it's done. Speak soon.
I remember seeing this one on Reddit. And I remember people getting upset about it because they were like, well, it's got modifications that you can't put on a stock car in the game, and so we're not happy about that. Let me show you what I mean by that. So if you go to the screenshot I just took, I'll bring it up here on the desktop view. So if you look, this Viper has a high-rise hood, hood pins. There's the hood pins, you can see them there. The side exhaust, it looks like. We got an exhaust pipe, or a turbo, I guess, sticking out of here. Well, I guess it would be the same thing, exhaust. We've got smaller wheels in the back, larger wheels in the front, fat tires in the back. It's obviously somebody's drag setup. The idea, obviously, here is that it's, you know, some abandoned setup that was put in a barn 20 years ago, you know. But Reddit decided to get up in arms, and they said, well, we don't like this because it represents modifications that you can't put on a car as a player in the game. So why would they represent some... Oh, and this splitter, too. The other thing, this splitter here being so aggressive right here on the front. There you can see it a little better now. And they were like, well, this isn't right because you can't put those modifications on a car when you get it. I don't know how to feel about that. How do you feel about it? Personally, I guess I kind of do know how to feel. Like, this is supposed to represent antiquated technology, right? This is supposed to be some car that somebody put in a barn 20 years ago and they forgot about it. and maybe they were in the middle of a project. You know, they got the turbo sitting over here on the bench, or on the barrel, as it were. But the roof is, you know, collapsing around it. These are not modern modifications that you would make to a car. Most people these days don't set a car up like this. The modding community has gone a very different direction these days. And I happen to really like that direction. But this is supposed to represent the past. These barn finds are supposed to represent the past. They're not supposed to represent what you're doing now. Plus, I don't know who would put that hood on the car if they could. Like, that thing is boisterous. That thing is, extremely nuts. You look up extremely nuts in the dictionary, it says boisterous. But, I don't know. I guess I see where people are coming from in the sense that it's teasing something that you can't then put on the car. But it's supposed to be old tech, you know? It's supposed to be 20 years ago tech. This is something you would have seen on Car Domain, if you're old enough to remember what Car Domain was. You would see this on Car Domain all the time. You know, the street strip sort of setup. What I think is interesting is, isn't the ACR supposed to have a badge right here? Yeah, it is. Oh, I should say second gen, isn't it? See, the GTS R, which is what that is, but the GTS ACR would have had the ACR badge on the side of it. Oh, you can't see that. Here we go. Here's the GTS ACR in real life. Those are the wheels, which is pretty similar to what we've got going on in the game. It might actually be the same as what we've got going in the game. The back wheel, however, is a drag specialties or other brand sort of drag wheel. But we're missing the ACR badge and the Viper badge, and we're missing the wing. So again, the idea, I think, is just to say, oh, this is old tech, you know, this is somebody's project that was, at the time, kind of cool, and now it's a bit antiquated. Man attempts to set up Windows. Pretty impressive how well they modeled the cars in this game, though. Alright. We're supposed to be RUBBIN'S racing, aren't we? Let's get out the Dodge Viper. The Dodge Viper GTS, renowned for its off-road ability. Seen here doing what it does best. Crashing. Wow. Over dramatic much. Fine. Blow into a million pieces then. Feels like I just crossed into Lemoyne on Red Dead. Well, this is the play. Leave it in third gear. They've got another barn find around here somewhere. Will it actually be in the course? Oh, that's a tree. Will it actually be somewhere in the course? That's the real question. What are all those people doing? Wait a minute. Nope. Just a house. What are these people doing over here? I've entered reverse, so I'm still going forward. Can you still burn out like you used to? You kind of can. Yeah, there we go. There it is. There you go. Smoking them. Into a tree. The way I'm doing that, if you don't know, is I'm taking the old-fashioned controller. Step 1, put your hands on the controller. Step 2, place your fingers on the throttle and brake. I have throttle and brake, so throttle and brake. What I'm going to do is rev it up, let off the brake, and then come back on it real quick. Just barely. So basically what's going to happen is this. Well, if I can do it again. Well, the point is you do it correctly and it'll work. When we get on flat ground, that's probably what it is. You gotta just be barely on the brake when you do that. Anyway, the point is you can do a burnout. We got time for one more horrible attempt at a race. Wait, first. I got no shame. Driving line is back on. Because you know, you ain't looking at an F1 driver here. Horizon open. Open racing. Nothing happened. Welcome to racing. S1 cross country. Oh boy. Oh boy. We only got one choice. And that's the Puma. So we're doing it. I've got a... I might have a cold or something, man. I might have something going on up in here. Let's see about this Puma. How's this thing go? Wow, it goes like stink. Oh. Little pirouette there. You've impressed me already, Puma. Was that a footbridge? I can do a third gear, four-wheel burnout. Footbridge. Fuck pedestrians. You don't need to cross this river. Get your feet wet. I like this. I like how there's some roads that just aren't on the map. Like, this is clearly a road and it's not on the map. I think we're going to contend. I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but I think we're about to contend in this car. Oh, it changed! It changed! We are no longer in the Puma. We have to choose an 800. That is a pig. We will not be choosing that. Mixed surface? Well, my Z4M is on dirt tires. That's the best I've got. Ah, here's another shot of the O2. Here we go. That's my BMW to show a couple years ago. Hang on. Oh, we're racing. We'll come back to that. Yeah, Katie, if you're watching this, I think I might have a cold. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all should stay at least 6 feet away from me. And probably more like 100 feet. Because whatever's happening here, it's messed up. I'll tell you that much right now. Straight up messed up. This might be the last stream coming from the basement. It's been cool. It's been a really nice space to have. My parents have been wonderful. You know, they've let me do this. I'm not keeping my voice down, you know. And they can't hear me upstairs anyway, but they're so nice about it. They've just kind of let me make this space my own. You know, because of COVID and because of life. I'm just so thankful for them. It is going to be kind of bittersweet, though. You know, it's going to be nice to have my own space. It's truly mine. I can decorate the way I want and put things where I want, but, like, you know, it's going to be sentimental. You know? This is a space where I did a lot of mental recovery in my life. And, you know, a place where a lot of things began, like this, like streaming, like trying to, like, you know, share my free time with people. Maybe they'll enjoy it. And trying to become better, you know? Because there was a time when I would have gotten really upset at the game 100 times by now. And so just trying to get better, you know? Trying to get beyond that, get above it. And that's all happened here. So it's gonna be a new chapter, that's for sure. It's gonna be bittersweet. And yet life goes on, doesn't it? You don't get to choose sometimes when exactly it goes on, or if it does at all, but it inevitably does. We are winning handily. Oh, look at that driving line. I know where to brake. Hoo-ah. Instead of watching the line, I'm going to try to watch the road. So that maybe I will actually get better at reading the road. But the other thing the line is good about is, like, I've never done this before, I've never done this race, so I know where to put the car. You know, I know where it's going to have to be for the next corner. Without ever having been on the course before. And that's, I mean, that's irreplaceable. I would not be in first place right now if it weren't for that. But then that, I don't know how, you know, do I need to brake that much? Do I just need to roll off? It all just comes with time, you know? You learn the courses eventually. You learn how the car handles. You learn where to put it. And one thing that is important in Forza, despite the fact that it is an arcade game, and I've said this before, the cars... Oh, this is one of these glitched races. Oh boy. So am I actually in first? I'll take it, I don't know. Anyway, the car's balance does matter. Even though it's an arcade game, it has the underpinnings of Forza Motorsport. And the backing of Microsoft, you know? I mean, it's a massive game, and they do take a lot into account. So just because you can't go setting each tire pressure, you know, and brake bias and all that stuff like that, well, you can. You can set your tire pressure across the board. I think you can set brake bias, actually. Yeah, I mean, you might look at this and go, oh, you know, it's just an arcade game, but there's a lot of serious physics happening here. And although they might not feel real, in the sense that you can just go flying through the mountains, you know, there's a lot going on. And so when you race, you got to make sure you say, okay, I'm not going to upset the car's balance, I'm not going to get on the throttle too early. When I transfer the weight, I'm going to make sure I transfer it in the right direction. It's a lot more to think about than pole position, you know. We've come a long way. Woo! Sometimes you gotta just tickle fate's balls a little bit. Well, unfortunately, we won this handily because everyone else was either glitched or not actually here. Whichever one that is. Should this have been Game of the Year, chat? Personally, I don't think it should have been. What are your thoughts? And while you're answering, I'm going to share my perspective without any provocation whatsoever. I think it's got way too many glitches and errors and shortcomings to be the Game of the Year. Like that. Like, that's borderline unacceptable that you would put people in a race. And presumably those people are glitched and can't race, or they're running a race of their own. It's a multiplayer game. The multiplayer has to work. And what's more, Game of the Year is not based on how much fun you have playing the game. It's based on how the game was built, the underpinnings, the storyline, the structure, you know, what it means as a game. How did I not get first place, even though my time was lower? Did you see that? This is what I mean. Like, I was in first that entire race. There was nobody else on my screen, but somebody beat me. Not acceptable in Game of the Year. It just isn't. You gotta build a working product if you want an award like that. And that's just not what they've done. I think it's fun as hell. I think it's really fun. Obviously, my name is Justin, and I'm addicted to Forza. But I would never go saying this is like, you know, if I knew someone who didn't play video games, I would not introduce them to Forza Horizon and say, this is the best the gaming industry has to offer this year. You know? Not a chance. Is it fun? Hell yeah. Is it more fun than the Game of the Year? Probably. But, no, it's just not... It's not a working product in a lot of ways. Did Red Dead win Game of the Year a couple years ago when it came out? Because that's a game, if it got snubbed, I would be upset about. There used to be a game when I was a kid called Test Drive. And one of the iterations was Test Drive Off-Road. And you could do exactly what you do here. You could just go flying through the hills. Roads weren't a thing. Loading screens weren't a thing. And this was in, like, Windows 98 days, you know? So for me, this is... I love this kind of game. I love this game. I do think it's phenomenal. The views are really impressive. The fact that it scales so well that you can play it on a 10-year-old laptop is phenomenal. I can play it on a modern laptop and have the graphics nearly set to 100%, and that's phenomenal. It's just a really, it's a good game. It was a really good game. If you're on the fence about buying it, if you haven't bought it yet, you should. I think you'd really enjoy it. Just keep in mind it, you know, it's a little rough around the edges. But if you just come at it with the mindset of like, I'm just going to chill, have a good time, and I don't care if I win or lose or hit a tree, it's great. And you should. The moment you start taking this game seriously is the moment you should put it down, I think. Because that's not what it's for, you know? You got your MMOs like WoW, you know, you've got your competitive shooters like Counter-Strike. If you want to take a game seriously, build your skills, build your talents, try to make a name for yourself competitively, that's the kind of stuff that would be your bread and butter, you know? But stuff like that right there, if you're taking the race seriously and that happens, like, dude, controllers are hitting walls. Like, I hope nobody takes this game too seriously. Because it's just, you're setting yourself up to be upset. Because you will hit a tree, you know? Because, I don't know, none of us are God's gift to Forza. So, you're going to hit a tree, you're going to get put off the track by some guy, you know? It happens. And you just laugh it off and keep going. But you do your best to. Like I say, I'm no stranger to having gotten upset at this game in the past. But yeah, these days I just try to play it in stride, you know? Try to just enjoy it for what it is. My favorite times with this game are destroying the power circuitry for an entire, you know, section of Mexico like I just did. Or just driving around, man. Hook up the wheel or use a controller and just go drive around. Enjoy the way a car handles. Enjoy the way it feels. Because they got that pretty darn close in a lot of ways. Lurk and Jerk. Please no step on Sneck. N Guy. King Chronic. We got some good names up in here. And we're tied with the Bone Shaker. The Z4, by the way, not bad. Not bad. Definitely giving the old Bone Shaker a run for his money. I gotta say, unfortunately, we're not doing a lot of rubbing here. We're either winning handily or hitting walls and losing tremendously. There's not a lot of, there hasn't been a lot of competitive racing in this one. The Z4M returns again. Please no step on Snake.
Snake? Snake?
Snake! Snake! The Z4. Man, handily taking it into second place. Pulling on its own Z8 M69 420i right there. Its own uncle, its own brethren. Younger brother, I guess. Big football playing younger brother. That thing is a... well, it hits hard. I'm not missing a checkpoint over you. Rubbin's racing. Oh, Rubbin's racing, friend. Rubbin is racing. You missed a checkpoint. He didn't miss that? In what world did he not miss that checkpoint? Rubbin's racing. Who's in first place, by the way? What's going on with that? Whew, I almost missed that one. Now he's in first. Going left, right, left? Left, right, left? Where are we going? Deep. Boom! Trade a little paint. Oh, I barely snuck ahead of his bumper there. That was nice. And now we make some distance. Swing and a miss. Boy. What? How? Where was first? Where was King Chronic that whole time? I never saw him once. That's some hogwash. So that's just darn tootin'. Ain't right. Ain't right. Just ain't right. King Chronic, the invisible bone shaker, has won the race again. What I want to know is what was happening on his screen. Like, was he just, like, were we there in his screen? Or was he just, like, driving around with no care in the world whatsoever? Because all that fighting I did with the second place guy, or I guess third place guy, slowed both of us down. While King Chronic just went. Obviously. And kept driving. Got that there Montana Trail. Show your face, King Chronic. Step up to the plate. Take off your cloaking device, then what are you? What do you got then? He's still got a bone shaker. He would still be winning even if I could see him, don't get me wrong. But wouldn't be fighting an invisible enemy. Celica GT4 back there, that ought to pose a challenge. Ooh, that view. Holy shit. That's a view. Holy cow. Jiminy Christmas. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Woo, yeah. Is that the bone shaker? Did he hit the wall? King Chronic, show your face. Show your face now. Or I'm gonna win. Holy shit, if I keep this position and King Chronic doesn't win the race, I win the championship. I just realized this. Where's King Chronic at, boy? That was nice. I'll take that. S. Herbert there. As long as we don't hit a wall, that's the most important thing right now. We can early brake, we can go slow. We just can't hit a wall. Is Justin about to win a race? This is the real question. Whew, boy. Had to keep that nice and stable. Don't want to risk. This thing just darts in when you hit the brake, and I like that about it. You need that on dirt. That's like the most important thing. Is you hit the brake and you can readjust the nose however you need to, and then you just get right back on the gas. The all-wheel drive pulls it through. It's really well balanced for this. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'll try to put the share code for the, I'll tell you which tune I'm using. If I can. I don't know how to see that. Because I think this is the way to go for dirt. Unless you happen to have a bone shaker. It's just glued to the ground too is the thing. Like, I'm able to way overshoot these corners, hit the brakes, the tires grab, and then I can get it back. Look how far back everybody is. Oh god. Oh, did not hit the wall. Well, sort of. I'm being conservative on the brakes too, and we're making real time on people. Also, I don't know the course from Adam. I've never been on this, actually. I have yet to go to this part of the map. Looks like smooth sailing from here, all downhill. Well, it's all been downhill, but you know what I mean. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on. What? What? What is happening? What is happening? Oh my. Where? What? Where? Where? Where were you, King Chronic? Oh, man. Hey, you know what, though? That was a good race. That was awesome. This car handles great. And as far as I'm concerned, I won, because everybody else was about 6 miles behind. I would consider that a win. Ooh, that sucks. That's just so dumb. Where the hell was this guy the whole time? He was on the leaderboard, too. He was way back there. Like, there's no chance that he was ahead of me. Except he was. I don't know how he managed to not load in at any point during that race. But, well, we've been snubbed, chat. We've been very snubbed. We've been snubbed for a victory. And there's no other way of saying this. Robbed. The Z4, the way to go, absolutely. Can I get you a share code? Is that a possibility? So if I go here and I say FH5C, what tune your car has? That's not giving me anything. Well, I got nothing, chat. Abe, if you watch this later, you left too early because now I'm not hitting walls anymore. I have learned to drive, and it's only taken me 2 hours and 18 minutes. I've gone from complete amateur to race winner, and you've seen it here first. You've watched the transformation live, and you've watched the upset, the travesty. The travesty known as King Chronic and his abject hacking have gotten him the snub of the century. That is nuts. I wouldn't say it's fast traveling them so much as it's
Slow traveling them.
I thought it was pretty funny myself. I laughed, obviously. What I was showing you before that total upset was this. This might be in W2002. Resplendent in faded orange. Faded Inca orange, having been in the desert for about 8 years. And I put the fog lights on it, took the front bumper off. Mostly because the front bumper is mounted with, like... It's just not mounted very well. And mine especially, I was worried it was going to just fall off. So, took that off, replaced it with some fog lights. We got the roof rack on here, we got the Hellas. We got the bike rack on there, because I actually do use the car when it is running. So I got the bike rack on there to go to trails. Got the windows folded out. People seem to like it. It was really cool to see somebody take a picture of my car. Like, being the kid that grew up and going to car shows, you know, and taking pictures of cars and just checking cars out. Like, to have one of those be mine, this moment has stuck with me for years. This was like 5 years ago now. And it has just stuck with me because it was so powerful. Like, these people liked it enough to take a picture of it. Oh, you can't see them. These people liked it enough to take a picture of it. I just thought that was so cool. Also, this cab here, this Volkswagen cab, is like, it's a Brazilian-built vehicle, and there's only like a handful of them in the North American region as a whole, like northern, like Canada, Mexico, US. Super rare. What's happening?
F100 is restored. That was fun. The Y block is just how I remember. Come get it whenever you're ready.
I think we will do that next time. Next time I'll take a look at trying to replicate my dad's Ford truck from back in the day, and maybe try to customize a couple other cars too. Nothing crazy. I'm not good at building graphics like this. Like, these people have so much talent and so much time on their hands to produce something this detailed and make it look this good. I'm not that. But I can put some paint on a car, and I think we will do that next time. You know what? This one road would haunt me. Like, in a couple months, I'll be like, where's that last road? And it'll be this part right here. This, like, microscopic part of a road. Holy cash money, as they say. My goodness, we better stop on a high note. We've won, as far as I'm concerned, won a race. we've got 300,000 credits. Oh, I got 28 more downloads and 2 more, so I got 30 more downloads and 5 uses from my livery. That's really cool. That's the one on the TVR. Well, maybe I am a bit of a designer. I'm clearly a... Well, now that I'm a designer, obviously, I'm going to start rolling in the big bucks here on the platform. And so, you know, things like this, I just need to remind you of. Practicing, because obviously now I'm a car designer, I'm going to be saying this a lot. This video is not sponsored by Yum Earth Organic Licorice. It's better than inorganic licorice, whatever that is. And it's flavored like strawberries. Because if you've never seen a strawberry, you may not know that it actually does grow in a big old line, like a liquor. And all they do is they chop it off the strawberry tree. And what happens is they just chop it up into pieces, put it in the bag, call it a day. Vegan, gluten-free, organic, non-GMO, colored with real fruit and vegetable juices, manufactured and packaged in a peanut and tree nut facility, made without soy, egg, dairy, fish, shellfish, peanuts, or tree nuts, artificial dyes, high fructose corn syrup, or anger. Made with love. Yum Earth. Well, I think that about does it for the stream this evening. Thanks for watching. This has been a bit, let me remove the cans and get real intimate here for a minute. It's been a learning experience, you know. Let me get in here nice and close to you. It's been a learning experience, you know. I bought the laptop to edit videos so I could start sharing the progress on the cars with people. And I bought the lights because I'm a 2-year-old, and so the whole room is pink now. And, you know, the lamp is blue. And then one day I was just like, you know what? I wonder if people would get entertained by this. I wonder if I could stream. I wonder if somebody might be able to pass the time with this, have a good time. So I did. And I've been lucky enough to get people from all over the world, especially on launch night when Horizon came out. I had people from Germany, Australia, India. It was incredible. And the idea that people are enjoying this is really cool. So if you do like it, please let me know. I only got so much time, but I'd like to do more of this. And I'll keep you updated on the cars, because the cars are coming along. With moving into the new place, there's a lot going on right now. This might be the last time you see this basement. And if it is, it's been good. It's served its purpose. Life changes, and, well, you either hold on or you don't. So, thank you for watching. Take care. Have an awesome evening, or morning, or afternoon, or next week. See you all next time. Take care. Bye. I'm still here, by the way, because I still don't know how to use OBS. Man learns how to stream in front of a live studio audience. Oh, if you'd like to snub me, if you would like to snub me in a race, please add me. My gamer tag is Stig's Gamer Cousin without an I. I almost said without no I on the end of it, because I'm a Missourian. Stig's Gamer COUSN. Add me on the Xbox. You can try to add me on PlayStation, but it won't work. Yeah. Goodbye.